So friends, the new now we are going to discuss the 2016 questions from GS paper 1. Now before that I want to make an announcement that from 15th September we are beginning our live online GS geography classes. The duration of course will be 50 days. We'll cover 74 to 78 topics exhaustively, complete GS1 geography plus large number of topics from GS2 and GS3 also will be covered. So the batch will begin from 15th September. For GS geography, it will be live online classes. I'll come over live online just the way I'm coming and I'll discuss the topics with you. And fees is just 12,000. And from 15th September, we are also starting geography optional batch. Those who are having geography optional, that will be live online classes. Or after the live classes, both in geography optional batch will be separate, GS geography batch will be separate. In both case, after the live class, you will get the recordings of the lecture that will remain with you for the entire duration of the course. Those recordings will remain with you. So now 2016 GS paper 1. The first question is, has the creation of linguistic state strengthened the cause of national unity? That means this creation of states on the basis of language, has this strengthened national unity? Now, before discussing whether this has strengthened national unity or not, we should discuss briefly why linguistic states were created. What was the need behind creating these states? How Indian geography has played a major role. The geography of India has contributed to federal structure. If you see the map of India, why linguistic states were created? Yes, creation of linguistic states has definitely strengthened the cause of national unity, but why they were created, linguistic states? See, geographically, India has been parceled out by nature into a number of discrete self-contained entities. Geographically, India it has been parceled out by nature into number of discrete self-contained entities. Like Western Ghat separates Kerala from Tamil Nadu. Mysore Plateau separates Tamil Nadu from Karnataka. Black soil, lava soil separates Maharashtra from Karnataka. Vindhyas separate north from south. Rajmahal Hills separate northern plains from West Bengal. Meghalaya Plateau separates West Bengal from Assam. And these hilly regions of northeast, Manipur, Nagaland, Mizoram, Tripura, they have also grown in isolation. Geographically, India has been parceled, cut out by nature into a number of self-contained units. And these self-contained units has for centuries grown in relative isolation before the advent of modern age of communication. हजारों साल तक they have grown in relative isolation. मतलब that is why the Malayalam, the Tamil culture is vastly different, although they are adjacent because of Western Ghat. So numerous topographic lineaments have segregated the areas. Geographically, India has been parceled by nature into a number of discrete self-contained units, which for centuries have grown in relative isolation before the advent of modern age of communication, and thus these have come to acquire their own cultural and linguistic complexes. यहाँ का लैंग्वेज ही नहीं, आर्ट, म्यूजिक, डांस, कहीं कथक, कहीं कुचिपुड़ी, कहीं भरतनाट्यम, आर्ट, म्यूजिक, डांस, cuisine, folklore, values, ethos, architecture, all are different. Cuisine, everything is different. So although there is an overall sense of belongingness that we belong to India, भारतवर्ष का concept था पहले से. Despite an overall sense of belongingness, these regions have grown in relative isolation, and for centuries that has imparted them distinct cultural identity and different language. Despite an overall sense of belongingness that we all belong to Bharat, each of the regional unit has its own has an identity of its own. Each regional unit has an identity of its own, and people inhabiting that area are very well aware of that regional identity. By way of creating linguistic states, we have preserved this regional identity. Creation of linguistic states have enabled us to preserve this regional identity. It has played a very important role. Every region is marked by its separate culture, and people are well aware of their regional identity. अब ये कहते हैं कि जैसे कि this linguistic states is good because basically it fulfill democracy urges and participation of people in decision making process, smoothens regional and overall development. It also this enhances local accountability. और सबसे बड़ी बात, Pakistan and USSR disintegrated because they failed to accommodate the demands of regions. They failed to accommodate regional demands. Pakistan refused to accept and respect Bangla identity. भाई जैसे ही पाकिस्तान क्रिएट हुआ, जिन्ना जाकर बांग्लादेश में जाके कहते हैं कि उर्दू विल बी द नेशनल लैंग्वेज. अब बंगालियों के लिए उर्दू से कहाँ लेना देना है, जबरदस्ती उर्दू उनके ऊपर थोप दी गई. दे आर बंगाली स्पीकिंग पीपल. और वैसे भी उर्दू पाकिस्तान में भी कहाँ बोली जाती है, बलूचिस्तान में बलूची बोली जाती है, सिंध में सिंधी बोली जाती है, पंजाब में पंजाबी बोली जाती है, और नॉर्थ वेस्ट फ्रंटियर प्रोविंस में पश्तूनी बोली जाती है. जबरदस्ती थोप दी उर्दू अपने ऊपर भी उनके ऊपर भी. Therefore, Bangladesh got separated. The formation of linguistic states has enabled the accommodation of India's diverse linguistic and cultural identities. Linguistic state create होने से that has enabled us to accommodate India's diverse linguistic and cultural identities, allowing different groups to preserve and promote their unique tradition and culture while being part of larger Indian fabric. भाई वो लोग अपना कल्चर प्रिजर्व कर पाए, उसको प्रमोट कर पाए बिकॉज ऑफ क्रिएशन ऑफ लिंग्विस्टिक स्टेट. और हर स्टेट अपना लैंग्वेज और कल्चर प्रिजर्व करता है. लिंग्विस्टिक स्टेट्स हैव फैसिलिटेटेड इफेक्टिव गवर्नेंस because it is much easier for a state to cater to homogeneous population speaking having same culture and same language. This has contributed to overall stability and unity of the country. By providing linguistic communities with political and administrative framework, that is by providing them their linguistic states, this has reduced the scope of tension and conflict between different linguistic groups, fostering a sense of unity and harmony. इस तरीके से देखा जाए तो लिंग्विस्टिक स्टेट्स, भाई एक ही लैंग्वेज के एक स्टेट है तो डिफरेंट लैंग्वेजेस ग्रुप में एनिमोसिटी नहीं होगी और ये माइनॉरिटी और मेजॉरिटी वाला इशू नहीं आएगा. लेकिन इसके कुछ ड्रॉबैक्स भी हैं. एक्सट्रीम रीजनलिज्म, एक्सट्रीम अटैचमेंट, जैसे तमिल लोग कहते हैं हम हिंदी बोलेंगे ही नहीं. एक्सट्रीम रीजनलिज्म इज डिट्रीमेंटल, वर्क्स एट क्रॉस पर्पस टू नेशनल यूनिटी. लिंग्विस्टिक, अब यहाँ से यूपी बिहार के लोगों को महाराष्ट्र में नवनिर्माण सेना वाले मारते हैं, हिंदी बोलते हो मराठी बोलो, कभी किसी बात पे मारते हैं. तो दिस एक्सट्रीम रीजनलिज्म इज नॉट गुड फॉर नेशनल यूनिटी. अब जैसे कई बार तो कुछ स्टेट्स होते हैं वो अपना पानी शेयर करने को तैयार नहीं होते, जैसे कर्नाटक के तमिलनाडु कावेरी रिवर का पानी शेयर करने को तैयार नहीं है, लड़ाई रहती है. पंजाब एंड दिस दिल्ली आर नॉट रेडी टू शेयर दिस इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. तो ये एक्सट्रीम रीजनलिज्म, कई बार तो अपनी रीजनल आइडेंटिटी इतनी एक्सट्रीम हो जाती है, पीपल पिकअप आर्म्स एंड दे बिकम इंसर्जेंट्स. Like basically in case of Northeast insurgency in Khalistan in 1980s, Kashmir militancy, they have extreme regional feeling. So extreme regionalism is not good for nation, but overall regionalism promote feeling of regionalism or linguistic states have promoted the local accountability and growth of the nation and contributed to overall unity and integrity of the country. अच्छा, इसी साल एक और क्वेश्चन आया था, व्हाट इज द बेसिस ऑफ रीजनलिज्म. उस क्वेश्चन का भी इनिशियल पार्ट सेम रहेगा. रीजनलिज्म, व्हाट इज द बेसिस ऑफ रीजनलिज्म का मतलब है व्हाई इंडिया इज डिवाइडेड इनटू डिफरेंट रीजन्स. व्हाट इज द बेसिस ऑफ रीजनलिज्म मतलब पीपल बिलोंगिंग टू डिफरेंट रीजन्स दे हैव अ रीजनल आइडेंटिटी. व्हाई? Reason is because The geography of India has parceled out the nation into number of self-contained entities which have for centuries grown in relative isolation, and thus they have come to possess their own linguistic and cultural and linguistic complexes, and that has given them their regional identity. Geography, topography of the country is responsible for regional identity. The very foundation of India's federal structure is based on regional diversity. अच्छा, what is the basis of regionalism? First part same रहेगा. Second is it unequal distribution of benefits of development or regional basis has promoted regionalism? मतलब uneven regional development has promoted regionalism. अब देखो, uneven, yes, no doubt about it. If you see, like UP, Uttarakhand was part of UP previously, and at that time also people from Uttarakhand were very much aware of their distinct cultural identity. They had distinct language, distinct music, distinct dance, art, culture, cuisine, all were different. But when they found that the fruits of development are not reaching to them, they are being marginalized, they found this feeling of regionalism further got aggravated, and they demanded for separate statehood. Same goes true with Jharkhand, India's richest state in terms of mineral richness. Despite that, when it was part of Bihar, the tribal population Jharkhand में बहुत है, and they have their distinct culture and their distinct way of life. They are so immensely rich in mineral wealth, but they found that entire development work was concentrated in Bihar. जो भी होता था, Jharkhand was completely neglected. So this further aggravated the feeling of regionalism. Regionalism की feeling तो पहले से थी. They had distinct culture, language, everything was different. But lack of development, feeling of marginalization, not reaping the fruits of benefit, further promoted this feeling of regionalism. Likewise, Chhattisgarh also, it was having this Chhattisgarhi dialect, it is having different culture, different regional identity, but lack of development aggravated this feeling of regionalism. अब तो महाराष्ट्र में ही ले लो, महाराष्ट्र में entire development is confined to golden quadrilateral line joining Punjab, line joining Mumbai, Nasik, Aurangabad, Pune. This golden quadrilateral account for 80% of India's GDP. And basically, apart from this, Khandesh, Vidarbha, Marathwada, they are not reaping the benefit. The disparity is increasing. So these regions, उनकी regional identity तो different है ही, but this feeling of regional identity transforms into animosity. It further aggravates the feeling of regionalism. And they are demanding for separate statehood. ऐसे ही कच्छ के साथ है, in Gujarat lack of development. ऐसे ही उड़ीसा में entire development is focused on coastal area. The coastal region of Odisha, despite minerally rich, is not reaping the benefit of development. So they are demanding for separate state. अच्छा, इसके अलावा क्या होता है, कई बार जब पढ़ाया था अनइवन रीजनल डेवलपमेंट की वजह से पीपल आर इन सम बैकवर्ड रीजन्स, एम्प्लॉयमेंट एवेन्यूज आर नॉट देयर, पीपल आर फोर्स्ड टू माइग्रेट टू अदर स्टेट्स इन सर्च ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट. And when they are not treated well, and when they are segregated on the basis of their region, they have a feeling of apathy that goes against national unity. मतलब ये जो लोग जैसे महाराष्ट्र में जाते हैं, कहीं और यूपी बिहार के लोग काम करने जाते हैं, so they are denied their rightful place in society. So this works, this further promotes the feeling of regionalism. So we'll continue next topic.